Hello guys and girls, it's Lurgs here. Today we're going to replace the clock on an Ariston MicroGenus Combi Boiler, which is this clock right here. Right, let's get cracking. The most important thing before we get started, make sure you turn the power off to the boiler. If you can't locate the power, just turn off the electrics at the fuse box. Okay, so this is the clock that I want to change out. It broke a couple of months ago and it just doesn't move anymore. And this is a new clock that I got off a well-known auction site. It's not actually a brand new clock, but it has been taken off a working boiler. And I got that at the fraction of the price of a new one. So to get access to the clock, there is two screws, one on the right hand side there and one on the left hand side, just underneath. So we just need to undo those. And then the front panel just lifts out and hinges. Okay, so let's just remove this screw and then remove the other one. You might want to support it while you're doing this because it will drop down a little bit. Now this whole panel just folds down in front of you. So I'm just going to support it here. And there we go, a little bit of sawdust in there. I'll give that a hoover later. So as you can see there, it's just on a small little hinge, which gives you access to the clock. And that is the clock that is currently broken. That's the one that we're going to swap out. So there are 4 screws, one in each corner. So we just need to remove those. So let's do that. And I'll just speed this up because you don't need to see me doing it at normal speed because we'll be here all day. Okay, so that's all 4 screws removed. Now this literally just lifts up and out, very easy, but just be careful because obviously all the wires are still attached. Just to reiterate, make sure the power is off. I know this is only DC voltage, but even so, you do not want the power on. So this is my new clock to go on there, and it came with all the wires, but I'm not going to need those, so I've taken those wires off. And basically what we need to do now is just swap them out. Now I'm just going to do this one by one, and then we know that we've definitely got the right wires. So here's the new one, so I'm just going to swap them over wire by a wire, so we know that we're getting them on exactly the right terminals. Then if you just unplug the whole lot and plug them all in, you could get them muddled up. So this is just the safest way to do it. Okay, just having a bit of a struggle with the last one. Okay, now that's on, just make sure they're all on nice and securely. And that's the old one, which I'll take to the recycling. Okay, all done there. Right, so we just need to put that back into the holder and then put those 4 screws back in. So just offer in those screws first before you start tightening them up too tight. They're only plastic threads anyway. So let's get all those 4 tightened up, and that's that done. I'm just going to give it a quick hoover. And then just push the panel back into place, and you might need to just lift it up a little bit. So you're pushing it back in on the hinges and just slightly lifting it. And then once you've got it aligned, just hold it up with one of your hands and then just get one of the screws in. So we'll just do that. So we just need to tighten that up and then get this one in and tighten it up. Again, just put this in with your fingers, just hand tighten it. Once it's got a bit of a bite, then you can get your screwdriver on it and just tighten it up all the way. Okay, Right, now I think what we need to do now is, we're doing a good job. I think we just should stop for a nice cup of tea. Oh. Right, so the time is 12 minutes past 1. So let's set the clock on the new clock. Turn it on the outside. Don't wiggle the hands around on the inside because you could snap them off. So it's now 10 past 1. Once you've set the time, then remember to put the power back on because the clock won't move, obviously. Now I'm just going to test that the boiler does actually come on that switch. So let's just turn it permanently on and have a listen. That's great. I can hear the boiler firing up. Fabulous. So the switch is working. Now I'm just setting it there to come on at just before 2 o'clock, 1:45 on the timer. Right, so this is 30 minutes later, and excellent news, the clock is working on the boiler. Brilliant. Now I'm just going to flick the switches to make it come on, because I'm not going to wait till 2 o'clock. And again, the boiler is firing up. That is great news. So all in all, great news. Swapping out the clock there. Fairly simple job, really. Just make sure that the power is off. That's really important. Great job, great job. And just another quick check, 3 hours later, all synced up. Nice. If you found that video useful, please subscribe by pressing this button down here. I really do appreciate you visiting my channel, guys and girls. Be sure to hit that bell notification tab. If you'd like to select any other videos around here, that would be cool.